Welcome back to my channel. Good afternoon. It is March 11th, 2021, and we are going to go into some market movers today. And there is a lot more reserve list cards, but more cards from Legends, which is not really a surprise. We're going to start that list off right here with Ogre Enforcer from Visions. This is a reserve list card, up 50% from $3 to $4.50. This was actually one of the cards that I did purchase a few copies of. I actually put it in one of my market mover videos a week back, but yeah, it was one of those little specs that was under $1 just a little while ago. Hercule's Recall from Antiquities. This is up 50% here today from $99.94 to $149.96, and it does see a ton of play in Vintage and Commander and Legacy, so it's a very playable card. And if you want to get a cheaper copy, a 4th edition one is about $167 to $199 on the market. Titania's Song from Antiquities. This is a card from one of the Four Horsemen sets, up 50% from $9.99 to $14.99. Yes, it does see some play in Commander. More recently, the Esika God of the Tree deck. And if you want that card in there without paying all that money, 4th edition version is about 32 cents on the market. Dismember from Time Spiral Remastered. This is up 50% here today. Another card that went up from $9.99 to $15.04, and this is mostly based on pre-release price listings on TCG Player. I imagine this card will retrace quite a bit once a few packs are opened, and that's what I see happening here. Alicia, Who Smiles at Death, another card from Time Spiral Remastered. This is up 51.84% from $2.99 to $4.54, and this is one of the old border cards, which means there's a lot more hype about it, so the pre-release pricing is a little higher in TCG Player, but again, when packs get open, this is definitely going to retrace. Pearl Medallion from Tempest. This is a card that was on our list yesterday, up 55% here today from $18.35 to $28.49, and yes, it does see a ton of play in Commander and a lot of mono white decks. More recently, Heliod, the Sun Crown, but it also was reprinted in Commander 2014, which is actually a cheaper copy. Land Equilibrium from Legends. This is up 61.42% from $365 to $589. And yes, this is another card that was on our list yesterday, and it does see a lot of play in Commander in a Tanawa deck, which is one of the reasons why it went up. Elven Liar from Fallen Empires. This is a reserve list card that was actually very cheap, still fairly cheap, up 69% from $175 to $297. In my other video yesterday, I did say yes, a lot of those cards that are around $1 are being bought up really fast, and this is a perfect example of that. And this is a card from Fallen Empires, which supposedly had a really big print run. Necropolis from the Dark. This is up 70% here today from $1.67 to $2.85. And there is actually one deck that's a registered deck on MTG Goldfish, a Commander deck, a Kazul deck that actually uses it. And this is the only printing of this card, so that's actually, if any interest is there, it's going to spike harder. Turok's Gate from Fallen Empire. This is a reserve list card, up 83.71% here today from $1.78 to $3.27. And again, this is a cheap, relatively cheap, I should say, reserve list card. So for that reason, it's being bought up. Sierra Arian from Legends. This is up 90% here from $105 to $200. And there is actually a few registered decks on MTG Goldfish that are Commander versions that are actually using it, but you can find a cheaper copy from Chronicles for about 68 cents to 70. Marhault El's Dragon from Legends. This is up 97% here today from $2.53 to about $5, seeing new all-time highs. And there actually is a cheaper version for Chronicles for about 15 cents. So if you want to just get it for the art, because that's really the only reason why, besides the collectability, because there is no decks that are playing it. The next card on the list is another card that we saw on our list yesterday, Selective Memory from Worldwake, up 186% from $216 to $618. Yes, there is a few Commander decks registered on MTG Goldfish that does play this card, and because there's interest in it and there's no other copies available besides this one, it's going up. Oath of Druids from Exodus, up 186% from $6.10 to $17.47, and this is a bomb of a card. It's played in tons of formats like Vintage, Commander, and there's actually a Vintage deck called Oath of Druids that uses it as well. Sunastian Falconer from Legends, up 739% here today from $238 to $19.99. This is a little bit of a price manipulation, I believe, from listings on TCG Player, but it's a card from Legends, and it was never printed in any other version, not even Chronicles, so it's very, very scarce now in near mint condition. Now I wanted to talk about some revised dual lands, and I'm going to show you how much each one of them has actually went up during the entire year from March 2020 up until now. Starting off with Badlands, these are all revised versions of the cards. This is up 88% since March 2020. So now it's about 375 to 512 on the market, which is an incredible increase. Bayou, this is up 106% since March 2020. So before it was around $200 and now about 481 to 570 on the market. Plateau, and obviously this is another revised version of the card. This is up 111% since March 2020. That is an incredible increase. Scrubland, another card that is a dual land that is up 113% since March 2020. That is crazy. And a lot of these cards have outperformed the stock market, even the bullish year that we've had, especially on the NASDAQ. Crazy. And Taiga from Revised, this is up 115% since March 2020. You could pick up copies for under $200. Now they're about $335 to $462 on the market. Tropical Island, another revised dual land, up 120% since March 2020. And it used to be one of those cards you could find for maybe $300-400. Now it's $654 to $1,000 on the market. Tundra from Revised, up 125% since March 2020. This is a card that was floating at around $250, now about $473 to $597. Next one is Underground Sea. The revised version was up 115% since March 2020. This was a card that was always around the $400 to $500 range. Now it's about $716 to $1,000. Volcanic Island, another revised card up here, 98% since March 2020. This is a card that was under $500, now about $694 to $1,000. Okay, and it is time of the day for today's biggest loser. And this is a card we haven't seen here before. Vevictus Asmati from Legends, down 50% from $99.95 to $49.95, seeing a little retraction there in its price. Okay, final thoughts on the market. I wanted to show you guys those revised dual lands to give people some perspective of not, just the reserve list buyouts that have been happening. Obviously, these cards are on the reserve list, but these are very, very playable cards. And they were all up about roughly 100% on average. And if you look at other reserve list cards, you'll see about the same percentage move. But I've actually noticed that a lot of the cheaper ones have went up more, but that's because people are looking for alternatives as a collectible card to hold on to have some sort of store of value. Anyways, what do you guys think about the market? Please leave your comments down below. And obviously I make these videos Monday to Friday. So if you're new to the channel, please subscribe, like, and leave a comment. And I will see you tomorrow for another Market Movers. Being a patron will help me produce more Market Movers and add to the funds that I will use for my random buys and also to my coffee fund, because I drink a lot of coffee for these videos. And here you can see a link below in the description that will give you all the tiers and what you get in each tier. So I hope you guys click and think about joining. And with that, I'll see you next video. Think about supporting the channel in that way. If not, subscribe, like, leave a comment, and I will see you again in the next video.